And I am live and in living color as we are watching a battle royal title game between Orange County and Lincoln County. Orange County is coached by Rick Burns. Lincoln County is coached by Tom Cook. And we'll tell you a little bit about the league and everything we're doing. I'm going to send a note to both, let them know that I'm in. All right, I sent a note to both of them. It looks like Orange County is going to start with the ball. I'm going to call up a couple of windows here as we get started. I believe Lincoln County finished the season 11-5, and Orange County finished at 10-6. Orange County is the Ramblers. Lincoln County is the Letterman. Again, Lincoln County is coached by Tom Cook. Orange County is coached by Rick Byrnes. So if it's Byrnes or Barnes, so we'll just call him Rick. All right, we're going to call up the card image here. Again, the game is Stratomatic football. The era is 1980. Battle Royal is a one-time only draft league where we basically draft by units. And so what we mean by that is you draft quarterbacks all as one unit, running backs all as one unit, the receivers all as one unit, the offensive line, the defensive line, you get the picture. That's how we draft. And the season that we selected was 1980, which was the year the Raiders defeated the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And I want to open this up here real quick. There we go. And basically in this league, it's a 17-team league. And so we play a 16-game season. So every team plays every other team one time. There's no home field advantage. And as the game progresses, we'll start to talk about each one of these clubs, personnel-wise, things like that. I'm just catching up here just a little bit. Orange County went 3-and-out on their first drive, and now they are punting it to Lincoln County. We likely will get good field position here as soon as we find the result of this play. Although the game appears to have locked almost immediately. So we may have to restart this one here. They may not be locked out. It might just be me. So I'll try to hop back in here. I'll close this out, and we'll get started up again. 41478. Okay, so we'll jump back in here momentarily. And it looks like Lincoln County has been on the move big time. They're already deep into Orange County territory. They have the ball at the 14. And 2nd down and 6 after that 4-yard run. So Lincoln County is led by the mighty Earl Campbell, who's obviously has a strong running card, especially when guessed wrong. There he only picks up 4, but you can see short gains on 3 and 6. There's another run for Campbell. And that's a pickup of 70. It's 4 rushes so far. We missed a few of them there, but that's 4 rushes for 29 yards. And again, another first down. So instantly, Lincoln County is driving on the first opportunity with the ball. Orange County went 3-and-out on their first drive. The winner of this contest will get to the Final Four. There were 8 teams who qualified for the playoffs. Let's see. Thus far, Jersey, Joe Golden, won his contest. And Dennis Crowley with Seattle won his contest. And I made the playoffs, but unfortunately lost. But congratulations to Ron Martin of Pittsburgh. And he has qualified for the Final Four. Those are 3 excellent coaches. And now we are looking for a 4th. Here is a run up the middle, and that is a touchdown. And that is Jensen from Seattle. So the fullback, Jensen, spots Earl Campbell. He rushes for 3 yards and a score, and Lincoln County is ahead 7-0 here in the first quarter. We're only 5 minutes in. So let's look at this offensive club here. Well, first let's take a look at this run. They're going to call plays pretty quickly here. That was Mike Pruitt, who picks up 10 yards on the carry. That's Vince Ferragamo under center. Eddie Lee Ivory and Mike Pruitt. Eddie Lee Ivory from the Green Bay Packers in 1980. Mike Pruitt from the Cleveland Browns. There is a 16-yard run. So that's Eddie Lee Ivory, and that's a first down. Actually, yeah, Pruitt was from Cleveland because fullbacks and tight ends are selected together. That's Ozzie Newsome, the All-World and Hall of Fame tight end, former Cleveland Brown. There's a pass play, and it's complete for 31 yards to Nat Moore. So immediately, Orange County is answering. They are deep in Lincoln territory. Ball at the 15-yard line. Again, that's Vince Ferragamo under center, former Rams quarterback and Super Bowl runner-up in that improbable 1979-1980 run, 1979 season where they went 9-7, and a wild card team goes to the championship, loses to Pittsburgh 31-19. Here's a quick pass, and it's completed. That'll pick up 13 yards. So Orange County definitely knocking on the door here. That was a completed pass from Ferragamo, who is 2 of 5. So with the ball at the 2, 1st and goal to go. Here comes an off-tackle run. No gain on that play. And that was Eddie Lee Ivory. That was Eddie Lee Ivory on that last long pickup. I couldn't quite make out who that was, but that's Eddie Lee Ivory from the Green Bay Packers. Good receiver out of the backfield. 2nd down and goal to go. Ball to 2. Lincoln County not too stout up front. We see a 6. We see a few 5s, but a few 4s as well. And there's a pass play, and that goes to Ozzie Newsome for a touchdown. Defense guessed run. Completed short pass for Vince Ferragamo on his card. He has a good guessed wrong short pass card, and they have tied it up. The game is knotted at 7. So Lincoln County, with a successful first drive, this is their 2nd drive of the game. Again, that's Archie Manning under center. They're going with a 3-wide set that includes deep threat Isaac Curtis, along with Dick Bass and Rick Upchurch. That's Bass in the slot, and that's Riley Odom's tight end. But again, it's all about Earl Campbell. Here comes an off-tackle run for Earl. Guessed right. Pickup of 3. Lots more running in this era. This was just before the era of 4,000 and 5,000-yard throwers. We were just a few years away from Dan Marino, and that's when the passing game truly exploded. But that's a few seasons away. In the meantime, you're going to see a lot more runs. Here's an off tackle to Earl Campbell, and defense calls short yardage. Brings their linebackers up, and that's a loss of 1 on the play. Now it's 3rd down and 8. But this is not an automatic passing down. Earl Campbell on 3rd down has been known to take – you feel like you can run with him because the play is going to be guessed wrong. So long as you can beat the linebacker containment, it's not a bad option. 3rd and 8 is definitely reachable, especially guessed wrong on Earl's card. So let's see what Lincoln County chooses to do. This is going to be quite the challenge, though. Here comes a pass to Don Bass. It's a flat pass, completed for just enough yards to get the first down. Defense guessed right. It was on Don Bass's card. He picks up 8 and a first down for Lincoln County. The Lettermen have the ball at their own 39. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. There is a big run for Earl Campbell. Guessed right. And he still picks up 14 yards. He's got that short gain 6 on his card. So another pickup and another first down. Orange County goes 5-4-4-6 up front. Hard to sweep, but again, with that 4-3, you might start to see him pull up that linebacker. There's a free safety that gets into that zone. No men in the zone on the flat pass, and that's a pickup of 9. Defense was keying Earl Campbell. And they brought up their 6-rated linebacker on the play. Or maybe he brought up his linebacker and kept his 6 in the zone. He did not. Here is a quick in. And that pass is completed. It's guessed wrong. 10-yard pickup and another first down. And that was on Archie Manning's card. That was a pass to Jensen. That's his second catch of the day. Manning, 3 for 3 so far for 27 yards. So a lot of progress on the ground for Lincoln County, and they once again find themselves in Rambler territory, ball at the 28. Here's an off-tackle run, and it's a pickup of 3 for Campbell. Second down and 7. Campbell with 48 yards here in the first quarter on 8 carries. So as Earl Campbell goes, so too do the Lettermen. 1:30 to go here in the first quarter. Ball to 25. And here's a quick pass again to Don Bass. That's a pickup of 9 and another first down. So Lincoln County on their second drive, mirroring their first drive, no problem moving this ball down the field. With less than a minute to go, they have the ball at the Ramblers 16. They're in the pro set. This is guessed right and no gain on the play. This one goes to Jensen, so mixing it up just a little bit, trying to avoid that run key. So 3 wide set. Earl Campbell, the lone back, Manning under center. Defense counters with a 3-3-5. Defense guesses wrong as they guess a pass, but it's a screen. They leave one man in that zone, and that pass only goes for 1 yard. So now it's third down. So if you look at Orange County's defense, they've got 6s at the corner, a free safety 6, and a 4 at strong safety. So hard pressed to pass against this team. So you expect to see a lot of runs. And again, here's another situation, 3rd down and 9, where you would not be surprised if they go with Earl Campbell. And that's exactly what they do, but he cannot break the linebacker containment as he falls a couple yards short. That was a 26-yard gain on his card, which would have led to a touchdown, but because of the linebacker containment rule, he is stopped a couple yards short. And there is another hallmark of early 80s football. What most of the time would appear to be a gimme kick goes wide. So the drive is stopped short on a shank from Pat Leahy. I believe that was a 25-yard attempt. So it falls by the wayside, and Orange County catches a break, and they will take over. And on their first play, that's a 4-yard run for Mike Pruitt, who has a decent guessed wrong card. As you can see, a short gain on 6 and a short gain on 8. That's a very effective card. There's a pass to Eddie Lee Ivory, and it falls incomplete. So now it's 3rd down and 6. Ferragamo, 3 of 7 so far with 46 yards throwing and a touchdown. And here comes a deep shot to Jimmy Cefalo. There is nobody in the zone, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. So they go deep, nobody in the zone, but the defender is able to make the play, and they will punt. And that is the Hall of Fame, first ever Hall of Fame punter, Ray Guy, with a 43-yard kick. It's returned 6 yards by Rick Upchurch, who was known as one of the all-time greats when it came to punt returns. His card here is pretty good, not great. And there's a run for Earl Campbell. It's guessed right, and he has stopped 2 yards in the backfield. Now 2nd down and 12. 12 minutes to go here in the second quarter. We are knotted at 7. The winner will go to the Final Four that right now features Jersey, Seattle, and Pittsburgh. And there's a pass that falls incomplete. That is Manning's first incomplete pass of the game. He's 5 of 6 so far. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 12. Third down and 12, most likely a passing situation here, but on their last 3rd down and 9, on a handoff to Earl Campbell, he almost got the first down. If not for the linebacker contain, he would have had a first down. So Lincoln runs out their I formation. Orange County counters with a 3-3-5. So there is some vulnerability up the middle. Here comes that off-tackle draw. It does go to Campbell. He picks up 7, but he is 5 yards short. They get a little bit of field position here. Now they're going to try to pin him deep. There's a ball at the 44. He goes ahead and kicks it straight away. The ball is recovered at the 12. It's only a 2-yard pickup on the play for Kenny Johnson. Johnson has that long gain 12 and a 56-yard return on 2. That's a pretty dangerous card. So there's a quick pass to Ozzie Newsome, who has Orange County's lone touchdown. That's guessed right on his card, and it's the biggest gain on his card of 15 yards. First down for Orange County. Game knotted at 7. 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. There's another pass to Ozzie, and that pass falls incomplete. Ferragamo so far 4 of 10 for 61 yards. Orange County has the ball at their own 29. 7-7, just under 10 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Ferragamo under center, I formation. Here comes a toss sweep to Pruitt, and he is stopped deep in the backfield. Lincoln County brought a linebacker up, and that is a loss of 4. Nice call by Tom Cook. So Rick Behrens has Behrens. So Rick has his, we'll just go with Rick. So Rick has his work cut out for him here on an obvious passing down. 3rd and 14. So you look at Lincoln County's defense on the 3-3-5. Corner 6, corner 5. Nat Moore is guarded by a corner 4. Here's a button hook pass. It only picks up a yard. So a 3-and-out for Orange County. Ray Guy once again into kick. That's a 44-yard punt. Nice one. And again, this is Rick Upchurch. Dials up a 3, and that's no gain. So Lincoln County will take over at their own 29. 8:24 to go here in the second quarter. Lincoln County and Orange County tied at 7. And here is a deep pass to Isaac Curtis, and it falls incomplete. If I remember my numbers correctly, I believe that Isaac Curtis was one of the few wide receivers with a 50% chance at a completion on his card in the long pass zone. The problem was the rest of his teammates didn't turn out to be good. But again, if you could pair him with another wide receiver like Rick Upchurch, whenever you pick up a special teams unit, that's one of the strategies of this is when you take a player from special teams, not only do you get him as a punt or kick returner, but you also take him from his existing lineup, be it a running back or a wide receiver or a defensive back, a safety sometimes, but most of the times a corner. So sometimes you can get double value for those picks. And last year, Lincoln County won the whole shooting match here in Battle Royal, and they took a special teams unit very early, very, very early in the draft, and it paid dividends. Ron Brown with a crazy good kick return card last year. I can't remember if it was a 4 or a 5, but basically it was a touchdown if you rolled a 4 or 5 on a kick return. So a lot of teams just opted to squib kick, and that always gave him an extra 10 or 15 yards, and he felt like that was a strong enough advantage to take them early. So another 3 and out. This punt is 54 yards from Chuck Ramsey, and it's a good one too. They're going to pin Orange County all the way back to the 5. So the Ramblers are staring at a 95-yard field here with 6.5 to go. Neither one of these offenses are tearing it up right now. After the first quarter, both of them were able to move the ball pretty effectively, but things have definitely slowed here in the second quarter. Neither of the teams have been able to put up points. Game knotted at 7. The Ramblers have the ball now 2nd down and 8 at their own 7 after that 2-yard gain by Pruitt. 5 carries so far for 12 yards. Back to the pro set with Eddie Lee Ivory from the Packers and Mike Pruitt from the Cleveland Browns in the backfield. That's Nat Moore, Duriel Harris, and Ozzie Newsome as his receiving targets. Here's a sweep to Pruitt. But Lincoln County again brings a linebacker up into the zone. He's able to pick up a few yards on that play, and it's now 3rd down and 6. 2-yard gain for Pruitt. And they were lucky to even get that gain. Basically, it was based on the tackles for rating. Had it not been for that, they would have lost a couple of yards, and it's important there because there is a 6-yard flat pass completed for a 1st down to Duriel Harris. That's his first catch of the game, and that'll move the chains. And that's a moving clock at 4:48. Both teams have 7 points, Orange County and Lincoln County. The winner will play in the Battle Royale Final Four in this 1980s tournament. Lincoln County in their 3-4, 5-5-4 up front across the linebackers, 4-6-4-5. There's a crossing pattern to Ozzie Newsome, and the pass falls incomplete. So a short pass to Newsome is incomplete, and actually that's a break that it wasn't picked off. 2 through 8 interception rating on that call. Fortunately, he dials up a 9, and so that pass falls to the turf. Here's a pass to Duriel Harris and a pickup of 7 yards. So again, the second consecutive third down conversion for Orange County. So they continue to move the chains, though they are only at the 27, and time is a little bit of a factor now. 3:18 on a running clock here in the second. So Orange County rolls up the dreaded 5, as Tom Cook would want to say, and that is a 0. That would be a push in gambling terms. Not a win, not a loss, but a no gain for Pruitt. 7 carries, a paltry 14 yards. Lincoln County has definitely kept him and Eddie Lee Ivory in check, but they continue to go for that run, and the defense calls a run. Pruitt is hauled down in the backfield, a loss of 5, and he fumbles the ball, but he is able to pick up his own fumble. But it's a big loss of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd down. With 2:06 to go, Lincoln County elects not to call timeout there, and instead we'll roll the dice and we'll see what happens on this play. But it's now 3rd and 15. Not an easy get for this club. Eddie Lee Ivory is the lone back in this 3-wide set. Ferragamo is in the shotgun. Boy, Mike Pruitt, a miserable day so far. 8 carries for 9 yards and a fumble. But fortunately, they recovered it. That could have been disaster. That could have been disaster for Orange County. So 3rd down and 15. Lincoln County brings up their free safety for a potential blitz. Let's see if he decides to play conservative and pull him back. Or is he going to put some heat on here? And they're going to go deep. This one's going to Ozzie Newsome, but great call by Lincoln County as they double team the tight end, and it's now 4th down. So with 2 minutes to go, we're now at the 2-minute warning here in the 2nd quarter, and Lincoln County looks to get this ball back in decent field position. There's a punt that is returned 9 yards by Rick Upchurch, and yes, indeed, they do have good field position. Ball at the 45 at 1:52 to go. Lincoln County did not call timeout in that last setup, so they do have all 3 remaining. And this is when it gets kind of tricky. When you have all those timeouts, now you can start running Earl Campbell, anticipating the defense is going to call pass. But in this case, they do not. Great call. Sticks to his guns. Orange County calls a run. It's on the defensive card. And it's a pickup of only 1 yard. So Earl Campbell was off to a nice start, 48 yards in the 1st quarter. He's cooled off with only 15 here in the 2nd quarter. And there is a flat pass to Riley Odoms, guessed wrong, but a bad break as he dials up 11 on Archie Manning's card. And so no gain. So 3rd down and 9 for Lincoln County with 1:22 to go here in the 1st half. Game knotted at 7. Ball at the Letterman 46. So Orange County looking for a big stop here. Does he consider a run? He does. It's a pitch out to Earl Campbell, but he's only able to pick up 6 on the play. That puts the ball at the Rambler 48. So now both teams have decisions to make. Does Orange County call a timeout? They do not. Does Lincoln County decide to kick? Yes, they do. So they're going to play it conservative here. And once again, try to pin him deep. Straightaway kick from Ramsey. It's 37 yards. He chooses to return it. That was Kenny Johnson, a 13-yard return. So now with the ball at the 24 and only 45 seconds remaining, let's see what Orange County decides to do. They do have all 3 timeouts. Pro set offense, Lincoln County counters 3-3-5. Lincoln County will have the ball when we begin the 3rd quarter. So if Orange County can try to figure out a way to get some yards. There's a pitch out to Eddie Lee Ivory. Defense guesses run. Wow, what a call. So Lincoln County likely will call, well, I don't know. Yep, they do. So Lincoln County does choose to call a timeout. So now one wonders if Orange County is just going to decide to run rather than risking a turnover from Vince Ferragamo, who is prone to throwing interceptions. I get the feeling we'll see a couple of runs up the middle and just a punt and just try to hold them. But I'm no longer in the playoffs, so what do I know? Here comes a pitch to Ivory. Defense guesses pass, and Ivory's going to get a good gain here. That's a pickup of 9. He's not able to get out of bounds. So now both teams have a decision as to whether or not to call a timeout. Well, and in this case, Orange County calls a timeout. So with the ball at the 33, and 30 seconds remaining, it's now 3rd and 1. Again, the winner goes to the Battle Royal 1980 season. Final 4. Joe Golden with Jersey is there. Dennis Crowley, who seems to be playing in every championship, also is there. And Ron Martin with the Pittsburgh Steelers. All 3 are waiting to see who's going to win this quarterfinal contest. And there's a pitch to Ivory, and he is stopped deep in the backfield, a loss of 5. So now Lincoln County chooses to call timeout. So we saw Lincoln County call a timeout after the first play, Orange County call a timeout after the second play, and now Lincoln County calls a timeout. Here is a pickup of 16 yards from Rick Upchurch. So right back where we started from, Lincoln County has the ball this time at their own 46, but with only 8 seconds to go, there's time enough for 2 plays, 2 deep passes or a deep pass completion and a field goal. So 3 wide set with 2 running backs. That's a formation you don't see very often. No tight end. So 3 wide set with 2 running backs. Rick counters with the 3-2-6. So would he consider a run here? Curtis guarded by a 6. Upchurch guarded by a 6. Bass is guarded by a 4. Both linebackers are guarded by a 6. So really the only target would be Bass. And there is a run for Earl Campbell, and he's going to pick up some big yards on the play. A 27-yard pickup. And Lincoln County will call timeout on this play. So an off-tackle draw for Earl Campbell. Defense has no choice but to play the pass. And with 0 linebackers in the zone, a big pickup for Earl Campbell, who has 96 yards here in the first half. And now he's going to line up for this field goal attempt from Pat Leahy. And it is good. So Leahy, who missed an earlier gimme in the first quarter, comes back with a huge field goal on the last play of the first half that gives Lincoln County the lead, 10-7. I'm going to drop off the broadcast here for a couple of minutes while these 2 teams play. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, I've rejoined the broadcast because we had laundry to do. And I'm not going to let a Stratomatic game wrinkle up my clothes. So let's pick it back up here. 13:30 here in the second half. Lincoln County is ahead 10-7. Tom Cook with the ball on his own 31. And there's a pass to Bass, and that is a pickup of 17. The play was guessed wrong by Rick and his Orange County Ramblers. It was on Archie Manning's card. A 3 is a short gain, guessed right or wrong. So a pickup of 17 for Bass. That's 3 receptions now for Bass for 34 yards. I believe that's Don Bass from the Cincinnati Bengals. And there's an off-tackle run for Earl Campbell, and that is a big gainer there, 18 yards on the play. And with that carry, Campbell has eclipsed the 100-yard mark, 16 carries for 114 yards, 7 yards per carry. And here's a quick pass to Isaac Curtis. That's a nice gainer of 5. Defense guesses pass on the play. So Lincoln County is at the Ramblers 23. The game was knotted at 7. Neither team was able to put points on the board in the second quarter until the last play, in which Leahy banged through a long field goal. And there is a run for Jensen. It's guessed right. Defense didn't key. So Jensen's guessed right card doesn't yield much. In fact, it only gives him a yard. So now it's 3rd and 4. You've got to give Jensen a carry now and again just to put it in the defense's mind that you can't keep keying Earl Campbell. Here comes that off-tackle run for Earl Campbell. Nice call by Orange County. They call short yardage on the play, and the play goes for no gain. So now again we have another deep field goal for Pat Leahy. This is a 45-yard attempt. If he hits it, Lincoln County will go up 13-7. But with such a deep field goal, Tom Cook elects to go for it here. I don't blame him for this move a bit. 4th down and 4. You have Earl Campbell in the backfield, and you've got a good short pass card from Archie Manning. I see why he makes this move. And he throws a short pass to Bass, but the pass falls incomplete. And that'll turn the ball back over to Lincoln County. Orange County has an excellent pass defense card. So as you can see on a short pass, 2 through 6 is incomplete. So the ball is turned over on downs to Orange County. So new life for the Ramblers. They have the ball at their own 32-yard line. It's 2nd down and 6. They trail 10-7 in this Battle Royal 1980s quarterfinal game. Jersey, Seattle, and Pittsburgh already have punched their tickets. That's an incomplete pass for Ferragamo. Defense double-teamed Ozzie Newsome on the play. 7 of 6. Actually, excuse me, that was to Nat Moore. That pass falls incomplete. There's another incomplete pass. Again, this one to Nat Moore. And immediately they have to return the ball, but that is Ray Guy with a booming kick that sails out of the end zone. My goodness gracious. 77 on his card. It didn't travel 77 yards for real, but it did go 68 yards, and he has officially flipped the field. So no field position advantage for Lincoln County. They will take over with the ball at their own 20. So both teams have traded possessions here in the second half. Lincoln County drove deep into Orange County territory, but was unable to convert on a 4th down and 4, opting to go for it rather than a long field goal from Pat Leahy. Orange County goes 3 and out with a monstrous punt by Ray Guy that sails through the end zone. Lincoln County will take over at their own 20, 1st and 10, 8:42 to go. Lincoln County up 10-7. Earl Campbell, the story of the game so far, he's eclipsed the 100-yard mark. Here comes an inside run for Earl Campbell. He's able to get a few out of there and give him 3. 2nd down and 7. So Earl Campbell so far with 117 yards, clearly the story of this game, but also missed opportunities as well. Leahy has missed a chip shot field goal, and rather than risking a long field goal, they decided to go for it on their last drive from the 28 and was unable to convert. Here comes a deep shot to Ross, but the pass is going to fall incomplete. Defense guessed run, but not a very effective guessed wrong long pass card for Archie Manning, but it's worth it to take that shot. Just making sure we're still recording here. 3rd down and 7. Could we see another run from Earl Campbell? Here's a pass to Isaac Curtis that falls incomplete. And now Lincoln County will turn this ball back over to Orange County. Both of these teams have stellar defenses, so it's no surprise that the score is 10-7. This literally could come down to the last possession or the first team to have a crazy turnover. So we're midway here in the 3rd quarter. And Orange County now will take over at their 28. Both of these teams looking for that sustained drive that will give them the score. Clearly for Orange County, that would be a tie or to take the lead with a touchdown. Ferragamo does have one touchdown on the day. It was a pass to Ozzie Newsome in the first quarter that tied the score at 7. But since then, Orange County has not been able to mount very much success at all. In fact, they haven't crossed into Lincoln County territory since that scoring drive. There's a pass to Nat Moore that falls incomplete. Decent interception chance on that play, 2 through 5, 11, and 12, but it's a 7, so the pass falls harmlessly to the turf. Second down and 10. Ferragamo is only 7 of 18 for 77 yards, but again, when you're passing against pretty decent numbers in that secondary, it's no surprise. That's a run for Pruitt, but it only picks up a yard. A dog day afternoon for Pruitt. 10 carries, only 14 yards, and a fumble that he was able to fall on, but no running game to be had for Orange County. So the Ramblers are facing another third down, 3rd and 9. Orange County 2 of 8 on 3rd down. Lincoln County only 1 of 7. Both teams taking their time on that play. This is another 3rd down for Orange County. They're 2 of 8. There's a nice pass to Eddie Lee Ivory, and look at that. They moved the chains just enough for the first down, pickup of 9. So for a team that is struggling to even get to midfield, that's a little victory, but it could be an important one. Here's a quick out to Ozzie Newsome. A linebacker in the zone. It's only a 2-yard pickup. And here's a sweep for Pruitt. And that's a 4-yard gain. That's one of his bigger ones in the game, actually. 4-yard pickup. That gives him 18 for the game on 11 carries. So now it's 3rd and 4. So at least there's the possibility that we could see a run here. And here's a crossing pattern to Nat Moore, and it is picked off. Ferragamo's pass is picked off by Lincoln County, and he's immediately hauled down. And so Lincoln County will take over with the ball at their 45. So Ferragamo is picked off, and the Letterman will take over at their 45. So Orange County was kind of building some momentum there, but it's quickly stopped, and the Letterman will take over with 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Letterman up 10-7 over Orange County. I had an occasion to play Orange County this season. He was able to pull it out after one of the most mistake-prone games I think I've ever seen. I think both of our clubs turned it over 7 times, and Ferragamo threw 3 interceptions in the first half alone. It was a crazy game. But Orange County came out on top. Earl Campbell's run goes for 4. That's a pick. It's now 2nd down, and there's a fumble on the play. Let's see. Was that Earl again? It was Earl Campbell, and this time he fumbles the ball, but he's able to pick it up. So they almost turn the ball right back over to Orange County. That's his 2nd fumble of the game, I believe. Nope, that's his 1st fumble. But the Lettermen are able to retain possession. So now it's 3rd down and 9 on a running clock. 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Lincoln County up 10-7 over Orange County. One of these two teams is going to punch their ticket to the Final Four of the 1980 Battle Royal Tournament. The receiver is double teamed on that play. He's able to make the catch and picks up 6, but that's not enough for a first down. That was to tight end Riley Odoms. And so Lincoln County will turn this ball back over. Let's see if they can pin him deep. Here's Chuck Ramsey, the Jets punter. And he's going to kick it straight away. That's a 43-yard kick. Ball's going to bounce at the 5, and it bounces into the end zone. So Orange County will take possession with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter, trailing 10-7. Orange County desperately trying to put together some momentum here, some drives. But it's difficult to throw downfield, and when neither Pruitt nor Eddie Lee Ivory are making any hay on the ground, it's really hard to move this ball. Now, there's a nice run. This time the offensive guard is able to make the block, and Pruitt picks up 8 on the play. So now it's 2nd down and 2, so a little breathing room here, a little bit of diversity on this play. Here's an off-tackle run, and that's going to be a big gainer, huge gainer of 23. So 23 yards for Eddie Lee Ivory. And Orange County have, for the first time in this half, have made their way into Lincoln County territory on that 3-yard run from Eddie Lee Ivory. That's 8 carries for 51 now for the Green Bay running back. As we are in the waning moments of the third quarter, 2nd down and 7, there's another run for Ivory. So they just keep pounding away at the middle of that defense on the 3-4. Ivory's able to pick up another 3 on that play. Offensive tackle was not able to make that play. If he does, that's an 8-yard pickup and another first down. So we are now entering into the fourth quarter with Orange County trailing 10-7. Defense calls run on that play, and that pass is caught by receiver Nat Moore. He picks up 15 yards, so Ferragamo makes the clutch throw. And Orange County is on the move with the ball at the Lincoln County 28-yard line, trailing by 3. So they're in field goal range, but you do want to try to get this thing close to the 20 as you can to get yourself a better shot. On that first play, that's another run for Ivory, who's been a workhorse here on this drive. That's now 10 carries for 56 yards. He sprung a big 23-yard gainer that has given Orange County the momentum it needs to make their way in for a potential score to tie this game. There's a quick pass, and it is caught. So Newsom picks up 5, so now it's 3rd down and 3. Ball at the Letterman 21, so they look to be in pretty decent field goal range here now. But they would love to convert this, obviously. Ferragamo 11 for 23, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. There's an off-tackle run, and he picks up the first down. So Ivory, again, strong on this drive. 11 carries for 59 yards, more than 5 yards a carry. And Orange County is in business. Ball at the Lincoln County 18. 12.5 on a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Orange County trailing by 3. Another off-tackle run. Again to Ivory. He only picks up 3 on the play. Again, the offensive tackle not able to make that block, but he needed to be a 6. Across that line, 4, 5, 0, 5, and 4. So not too super strong. Ferragamo completes that pass, but he loses 2 on the play. So now it's 3rd down and 9 from the Lincoln County 17. Orange County tantalizingly close to tying this score. So you wonder if we see a run here, maybe a draw. Ferragamo has a tendency to turn the ball over here, so you don't want to see that errant pass head in the other direction. Oh, and he makes the throw, and a great catch. 16-yard pickup on the play to Jimmy Cephalo. His first catch of the game, so the Dolphin Receiver is hauled down at the 1 yard line. Look at that interception, 2 through 8. But he didn't roll a 9, he rolled a 10, and that's good for 16 yards. So with the ball at the 1 yard line, Lincoln County is up against it. So 3 running backs in that backfield. This first carry goes to Pruitt, who is stopped a yard short of the line of scrimmage. So that's a 1 yard loss for Pruitt, whose miserable day continues. 13 carries, 425 yards. Running clock here, 10 minutes to go, a little over 10 minutes. The Ramblers with the ball at the Lincoln County 2. There is another pitch out, and this time he is stopped for a 2 yard loss. And that was Eddie Lee Ivory. So Orange County going backward here. Ball started off at the 1, a 1 yard loss followed by a 2 yard loss, and now we have 3rd down and 4, a very ineffective running game here. So is Ferragamo going to put it up one more time, or do we see another run? The stout Lincoln County defense. And there is a run, and it's a score. Mike Pruitt finds his way into the end zone, a 4 yard pickup, and Orange County has taken the lead 13-10. And with the extra point by Chris Barr, they have stormed ahead 14-10 here in the fourth quarter, leaving Lincoln County 8 minutes to play. But a big return that apparently we did not see, so that stinks. Anyway, Lincoln County already has good field position here. Ball at the 45, so a nice return. We'll have to look at the box score to find out who did that. There's an inside run for Earl Campbell. It's guessed right, but Earl Campbell runs right through it and picks up 17 yards. 135 workhorse yards for Earl Campbell. Skol, brother. Earl Campbell, 21 carries, 135 yards. Defense guessed run, but a 17-yard pickup right up the gut. And Lincoln County already is in Rambler territory. Ball at the 38, 8 minutes to play. Lincoln County trailing 14-10. Tom Cook, Battle Royale champion last season, looking to repeat. Here comes a pass to Don Bass with no linebackers in the zone, or that may have been a 6-white die rule. I'm sorry, I got a text. I couldn't see that. My apologies. So regardless, Don Bass picks up 7. So now we have a 3rd down and 3 with a dangerous Earl Campbell in the backfield. But Archie Manning, again, with a decent flat pass card. So Orange County has that 4-3. So let's see where he's going to move that safety. Pro set, so that means that Jensen could have a carry here in case Lincoln County thinks that Orange County is going to try to key on Earl Campbell. And there comes that off-tackle run. Guessed right. And Jensen gets the 3 yards. Just about, well, there was a few readings that would have given him that first down on that guessed right, but there's a lot more zeros and 2s and -1s and zeros. That card looks like a minefield, but he's able to pluck his way to 3 yards and moves the chains. So with 6:18 on a running clock, a big first down for Lincoln County with the ball at the Orange County Rambler 28. Lincoln County is trailing 14-10. Defense gets his run, and so here's a slant pass to tight end Odoms from the Broncos, and there's a 15-yard pickup. Big throw from Archie Manning. Not great numbers, 12 of 19. That's effective. Only 95 yards, but he's been big when it counted. He's not turned the ball over. And again, you're just managing the game when you have the Tyler Rose in the backfield. And that is Earl Campbell. 3 wide set. Defense again guesses run. Great call and a 3-yard loss. So Orange County, again, that's decision time. You do lose that advantage with the 3 wide set. On a white die 1, it's considered guess right. But on Earl Campbell's card, that's still not a bad option. But Orange County is not fooled. They call run. And he is stopped for a 3-yard loss. So it's 2nd down and 13. Time a bit of a factor here. It's going to be certainly affecting Tom's decision-making here if this goes to 4 downs. You have to think this is 4-down territory. 5 minutes, running clock, trailing 14-10. A field goal doesn't do him much good here. Here's a quick pass to Don Bass. And the pass is incomplete. It's a look-in pass with a defender -2 or +2 rating. The defender is able to make the play. But because it's a look-in pass, it is considered no gain. So now 3rd and 13. 3-3-5. Does Orange County call a run here? This is a pitch to Earl Campbell, but it's on the defense's card, so it doesn't really do much damage. It's only a pickup of 7. It's a nice pickup, so at least it makes this 4th down manageable. Big decision here for Lincoln County. And Lincoln County is going to go ahead and try to put this one through the pipes. This is Pat Leahy, who missed an earlier gimme from just about this range in the 2nd quarter. But this one he puts through. And so they're going to try to get him on a 3 and out here, trailing 14-13. Orange County gets a nice return on that first play, and they have the ball at their own 43. Here comes a deep shot to Ozzie Newsome. It's guessed wrong, and Newsome catches it, and he's going to pick up some big yards, 29 yards on the play. What a call by Rick on 1st down, and what most people would consider a run play, a running down, up by a point, trying to chew some clock. Instead goes over the top, and Ferragamo is able to connect with Ozzie Newsome. So a pickup of 29 on the play. Now Eddie Lee Ivory picks up 4. Defense chooses not to call timeout. The clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. 2nd down and 6. So Orange County is in field goal range. So Rick Burns, I want to call him, I got to get that name right. I'm calling Barnes. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But Rick, great call on that 1st down and has flipped the field. And there's a run for Pruitt, who, again, awful day. That's 15 carries for 30 yards. He does have a touchdown. Now it's 3rd down and 5. Clock is stopped with 2 minutes. Three wide set for Orange County. Defense counters 3-3-5. Ferragamo looks deep, and this pass is intercepted. The pass is intercepted, and Lincoln County will take over at their own 20. So Ferragamo looking for magic on one more throw, this one to Jimmy Cephalo, but the pass is intercepted by Rod Perry. And so now Lincoln County will take over. They didn't have to exhaust any of their timeouts. So with 1:45 to go, they're not going to be chasing a touchdown. Now they're chasing a field goal. So plenty of time to get into Leahy field goal range. Ball at their own 20 as Perry down the ball in the end zone. A lot of work to do still here. And there's a button hook pass, but it doesn't go for much. That's a 3-yard completion. Defense called pass. Lincoln County will stay in the hurry-up offense. That's a 3-yard gain for Campbell, his 2nd reception of the game, but that doesn't matter. Right now, It's all about trying to get that ball down to the 30 of the Ramblers to give Leahy a chance to win this game for the Letterman. Here comes a quick out. Guessed wrong. And Odom picks up the play, and he fumbles the ball. And who makes the recovery? Oh, it's recovered by Orange County. So a huge break for the Ramblers as Odom fumbles the ball on a guessed wrong 18-yard pickup. And now Orange County will take over at the 41. With a minute 15 to go, the game clearly is not over, as Lincoln County does have all three of their timeouts, and one would expect Orange County not to put this ball back up in the air and risk another turnover. So a bad break for Lincoln County on a guessed wrong play, a pickup of 18. But Odom is not able to hold on to the ball. And Orange County will take over at the Letterman 41. Ivory and Pruitt, who've been in the backfield throughout. That's Ferragamo under center. Odom's fourth catch of the day, but a very costly turnover. So Lincoln County trying to get this ball back. If they're able to stop him on a 3 and out, they'll get it back, but they'll be under a minute to play. Here comes that off-tackle run to Ivory. Oh, he's able to pick up 7 on that first down run. So Lincoln County will call timeout here. That'll leave a minute 15 to go. So Orange County has 2 plays to get 3 yards. If they figure it out, they'll take a couple of knees and they will head into the Battle Royal semifinals. And there is a quick pass, a flat pass on top of that to Ozzie Newsome. So again, risking another turnover. But he stopped on the play for a 2-yard loss. Newsome with 7 catches, only 49 yards, but he does have a touchdown. So the Cleveland Browns have contributed to both of the Orange County Rambler touchdowns. Nice stop on 3rd down. Pruitt stopped for no gain. So Orange County will punt it to Lincoln County, and that punt will sail into the end zone. So once again, Lincoln County will take over. They only lost a minute on the clock, but it's going to make things a lot more difficult with no timeouts remaining. Earl Campbell is still an option. You would not at all be surprised to see some sweeps from him, with your fingers crossed that he can get out of bounds. Here comes that pitch to Campbell, and he is able to pick up 10, 15, 20, 22 yards on the play, and he's able to get out of bounds, so bonus. So things are looking a little bit brighter for Lincoln County. So 45 seconds. That play only took 7 seconds off the clock. So now the ball is at the Letterman 42. Again, it's probably going to take every bit of 30 yards here to give Lincoln County any sort of chance for a win. Again, a huge day for Campbell. 25 carries, 161 yards, but stats don't matter. Right now, the only numbers that matter is 14 and 13, and that is the lead Orange County has over Lincoln County. 45 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. The winner joins the Final Four of the Battle Royal 1980 replay season. Actually, it wouldn't be a replay season, come to think of it. Draft League, whatever in the word you want to call it. It's called a Battle Royal. That's what it's called. There's a pass to Riley Odom, who had an unfortunate fumble on the last drive. That pass falls incomplete, so it's 2nd down. Ball at the Letterman 42. Do we see another run for Earl Campbell? Does he try another toss sweep? He goes deep for Isaac Curtis. Defense calls run. Oh, and the pass ball's incomplete. What a great call. Almost caught him napping. Just one little number away from a couple of long gains. Guessed wrong on Archie Manning's card. Wow. So close. And now it's 3rd and 10. So rather than focusing on getting downfield, now they have to worry about just getting these 10 yards to extend the game. At this point, the run is probably not an option. 3 wide set. Defense counters 3-3-5. So close on that last play. Defense calling a run. Here comes a pitch to Earl Campbell. And he's able to pick up some yards, but he only picks up 6, and he's not able to get out of bounds. He just missed a short gain and a 22-yard pickup on that play. And now with 8 seconds to go, they're running the hurry-up offense. So they probably have time for one completed pass, but that's only if he gets out of bounds. So one wonders if we're just going to see a deep shot here. But if he throws a deep shot, it has to be touchdown or bust because I don't believe he can get out of bounds. So maybe we see a flat pass here. Maybe we see an end run from Earl Campbell, just hoping he can get out of bounds. It's a 50-50 proposition as to whether or not he gets out of bounds. No timeouts remaining. 8 seconds to go on this running clock. 3-3-5 set, 3 wide set for Lincoln County. Here comes a deep shot again to Isaac Curtis. Defense calls pass. And we see the first sack of the game. So Archie Manning is hauled down in the backfield. So a very timely sack by Orange County. And that is Mark Gastineau. One of the most hated players of the 80s, no doubt. But he makes the biggest play of the game, and he will ice it for the Ramblers. So congratulations to Rick as he punches his ticket to the Final Four. A great season from Lincoln County, and a special thank you, Tom Cook, when you listen to this. I appreciate all the advice that you gave me for this season. You turned around a 0-2 team into a 10-6 club with some nice advice, and it's people like you who help young Stratomatic players learn this game, and I appreciate it. Sorry you didn't pull this one out. Rick, congratulations to you. You called a great game. Excellent game, and I wish you good luck here in the finals. Dennis sent me a note, so spoiler alert. So he says that Jersey Joe told him that he is leaning towards playing Pittsburgh in the semifinal. So if that's the case, Orange County will be heading to Seattle and playing Dennis Crowley. So again, those decisions will be made here pretty quickly, but it appears Jersey Joe will be taking on these Orange County Ramblers, and Dennis will be taking on these Orange County Ramblers, and Joe will be taking on Ronnie Martin with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the two coaches are going back and forth here as we are just about ready to wrap things up. All we need is one kneel down, and this game is going to be history. Both Rick and Tom are longtime Strat coaches. They are both in multiple leagues and are real assets to the Stratomatic community. Ron Martin is a great coach. Dennis Crowley is one of the best coaches we have, and he's told me how strong a coach Ron Martin is, and he really is an outstanding coach. And Joe Golden is always in the postseason, it seems like, in so many of these leagues. So some familiar faces, which means we're going to see some great final games between Orange County and Lincoln County. Orange County, Seattle, Pittsburgh, and Jersey. So let's take a look at this box score before we go. So as you can see, the final score, Orange County 14. So congratulations to Rick. And again, congratulations on a fine season from Tom Cook, but he will not repeat as the Battle Royale champion. Take a look at a few of the final stats that do stick out. Vince Ferragamo with 2 interceptions, but it didn't turn out to haunt them at all. He also had a nice touchdown pass to Let's see. Ozzie Newsome. That was in the first half. Mike Pruitt, lousy day, 16 carries, 30 yards. Eddie Lee Ivory, 15 carries, 471 yards. Leading receiver, Ozzie Newsome, 7 catches for 49 yards. For Lincoln County, Archie Manning, 14 of 24. No touchdowns, no interceptions, only 117 yards through the air. Earl Campbell, 26 carries, 167 yards, 27 yards, his biggest gainer. Leading receiver, Riley Odoms, 4 catches for 40 yards, but the unfortunate fumble on the second to last drive for Lincoln County that really put them behind the 8 ball. Not really very many other stats to see. 1 sack for Mark Gastineau from the New York Jets. A couple of interceptions. That's Vernon Perry. I thought it was Rod Perry. I'm sorry, that was Vernon Perry. I thought that was the Rams secondary. Again, we're playing with 1980 clubs. We draft by units. The first pick for Lincoln County was Earl Campbell, and he was able to guide them, the Letterman, to 11-5 season. But that season ends as Orange County will move on, and they likely will play Seattle in the Final Four. And Jersey, coached by Joe Golden, will take on Ron Martin and Pittsburgh. So that is your final score. The users have dropped. I don't believe anybody's going to join me on this last broadcast, so I believe I will be signing off. We'll send a quick note to Tom. Send a quick note to Tom to see if he wants to talk about this game. And if not, we will be signing off. We will bring these Final Four games as soon as they are scheduled. We will post them on the forum. And Dennis, myself, or Tom, one of us three, will be bringing these final 3 broadcasts. It's been a great season. I had an enjoyable season. It finished 10-6, bowed out to Ron Martin and the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Elite 8, but I was glad to make it, 10-6. So I've been in this league 2 years, and it was my first time in the playoffs and had a lot of fun. It was an enjoyable year. Dennis Crowley, 12-4. Jersey, 12-4. And I believe Pittsburgh was 10-6. So we have 2 10-6 clubs headed to the finals, taking on 2 12-4 clubs. So Tom Cook is not going to be available for an interview, so we're going to wrap things up. Again, thank you for listening. I appreciate the chance to do this broadcast. It was a very fun game, and I wish Rick the best. Good luck in the Final Four, Lincoln County. Congratulations again, Tom Cook. Thank you so much for everything that you do for us in the Stratomatic community. This is Michael Reeves signing off. We will bring you the 1980 Battle Royal Final Four very soon. Good night, and God bless.